Have you guys ever heard of reverse applique? Well, it is one of my favorite things to do on sweatshirts, so I decided to grab my materials and cut out my pattern, and I'm going to show you guys how I did this reverse ghost applique on this sweater that I made, the sweater romper. I started out by marking the center by doing like a crosshair, just so I can guide myself later on when I go to hoop it. And I'm going to stick together 2 layers of no-show poly mesh stabilizer, and I'm going to hoop that in my big hoop. I'm going to make sure that it's nice and tight and that there's no ripples or anything in my stabilizer. Tighten that up. And then I'm going to mark the center. I'm going to use a disappearing ink marker in order to mark the center of my hoop. And then taking your fabric that you want peeking through your sweatshirt, you're going to lay it face up, so the right side facing up, onto your stabilizer. I am using a temporary spray adhesive, which is Spray and Bond for my case, and I'm laying that fabric right there on top of the stabilizer. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark the center of that as well. That'll help later on when it comes to putting the romper on straight. Now I'm turning on my Poolin EOC06 embroidery machine, and I'm going to get my design up on the screen, and then I'm going to put my hoop on the embroidery machine. The first step to this design is actually doing a tracing stitch, so it's going to show me exactly where to put the fabric here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off the machine, and this is where I'm folding my romper front piece in half, right side facing up, and laying it on my hoop, again using the spray adhesive. And then I'm going to put it back into the machine, and it's going to do another tack down stitch. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the finishing stitch, since we didn't have to take anything out to cut it yet because we're doing a reverse applique. Now it's going to do the tracing stitch for the bow. Taking some Heat and Bond Light, I'm going to put that on the back side of my bow fabric. Iron that on, of course, and then we are going to place that right on top of where that tracing stitch was for the bow. Now we need to cut around and get as close as we can to those stitches, since this is a regular applique. And then now it's going to do its finishing stitches. Now we're going to take it out of the hoop, and we need to make that reverse applique appear. I went ahead and marked 1/4 of an inch all the way around my design, and then I'm going to cut around it and watch the magic as I pull this away right here. You can be more mindful on your fabric placement of what you want to appear. My fabric was kind of non-directional, but it ended up kind of being directional because of what it showed in the applique, but that's totally fine. And then I made sure I trimmed around the stabilizer on the back side, and I sewed my romper together. If you guys are interested in anything that I used in this video or the machine that I'm using, check the description box because I'll have everything listed there and linked for you in case you want to check it out. Here's how that romper turned out. If you liked this video or if it was helpful to you, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.